Have you ever had a problem like that in studio where someone's just, I mean, obviously that Van Halen picture where they got beer bottles all over the place.
Oh, yeah. I think that was a little staged. Yeah.
It is a bit much.
Yeah.
You've had to kick people out. You don't have to name names, but...
I will say for the
most part,
people have been really respectful here, been extremely gracious and really good clientele. I will tell you a story that my father came home and told me that it was 1966, I think it was the first Doors record. So the Doors had completed recording that night, and they locked up, and they had left, and the studio was closed. And Jim went out and had a
few Chardonnays.
Did some. Well, I think it was more than a few Chardonnays. And he went out and got a little out there. And the way the story goes, because it's in that No One Gets Out Alive book.
Yeah.
But he went in the church across the street.
Oh, wow.
And he was kind of out there, and it supposedly had some sort of epiphany, and came back to the studio and broke in. And this is like when they were doing Light My Fire,
Yeah.
And he got the fire. He broke in the studio. We were closed. He got the fire extinguisher and shot it all over this room. And luckily, didn't do anything to the recording console. And I remember my dad telling me this story, and I said, "Well, what did you do, Dad?" And he goes, the next day, I got a call from Jack Holtzman, who was the owner of Elektra Records, and he says, I heard about what the Doors did.
What the Lizard King did.
And it's like, can I come down and talk to you? It's kind of like, oh, please don't sue us or something like that.
Yeah.
And he came down to meet with my dad, and I think he had the producer with him, Paul Rothschild. And he said, what can I do? Anything, what's it going to take? And my dad was like, hey, musicians will be musicians, don't worry about it. There wasn't that much damage. We cleaned it up. Let's just get back to business of making music. And they were kind of blown away, like that, he could have been completely different, like,
sure.
Flipped out on him, but he didn't.
$100,000 lawsuit against them.
But he didn't. And I'm sure he saw his share of that kind of behavior over the years on the road. So anyway, but that was probably the most legendary kind of mess up around here.